How to text someone with confidence. I am Jenny from Confidenceiatry. In today's world, using smartphones, flirting over text, or reaching someone in another part of the world is at your fingertips. Using this latest technology, you must be smart enough and harness its full power in your own favor. By doing so, with confidence you will know how to play the text game with girls, how to play the text game with guys, how to flirt over text. In this video, we are going to talk about how to text someone with confidence. Before we get into that, we are always posting amazing content on this channel, so hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you can get notified when a new video gets released. While texting is one of the messaging options used around the world, other messaging platforms like Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Signal are more widely used as it has options to send pictures, videos, or simply flirt over text too. An average American sends 94 text messages per day, which amounts to 33,834 texts per year. Teenagers send more texts than people who are older because of their ability to adapt to technology and its fast-paced innovation that much sooner. Texting differs from face-to-face communication in that there is a delayed response to your messages. The person on the opposite side is not obligated to respond immediately and can think about their response before replying. This leaves one feeling vulnerable and anxious sometimes. But remember that while texting is a way of communicating with someone, it is not a way of having conversations. While some people use texting to converse with someone, in the absence of tonality of voice and face-to-face delivery, you risk not communicating the entire emotion behind the message to the other person. Hence it is better to use it to a minimal extent if you plan on having an extended conversation with someone. If you like someone, you can use the texting game to send flirty texts, create emotions, build attraction, and set up dates. The following are a few excellent tips on how to text someone confidently. Be you. Do not impersonate someone else or another person's style when texting. If you want to come across as sincere, make sure your texts represent your true personality. If you are contacting someone for the first time after getting their number, make sure you are at your confident best and in a positive frame of mind. Do not text when you are feeling run down, or it might come through to your text and the connection might fizzle out, way before it began. Content. Confidence is one thing, but the content of your text also matters. If you are texting someone for the first time, make sure your first message is punchy yet short. This will make the person want to respond back to you. Do not ramble on into paragraphs. The point is to connect with them and then to ask to talk to them over the phone. If you are texting someone you are in a relationship with, use texts to make plans or as a means for a quick catch-up. Calling the person on the phone is more effective than texting if you want to have a conversation. Text is not the answer. Use texting as an initial conversation starter, but lead that into planning to get onto a call or meeting up in person so you can have a conversation. Do not hide behind texts indefinitely. If the person you are chatting with is not a fan of texting, they might get put off and after a few polite responses might stop altogether. This leads to a dead end. Once it reaches that point, it is hard to resurrect a conversation from the embers of a dead end. Use emoticons. A text message can be totally dead as they are words that a person reads on screen minus the emotion. It is important to add emoticons to the message to portray what you are feeling so that the text is not misread or misjudged. There are a host of emoticons and memes that one has at their disposal these days that can depict a host of emotions and feelings. Keep it two ways. A way to keep things is to make it both about you and about them. Respond to what they are saying and do not resort to typing unidirectionally. Always get back to them and do not leave them hanging indefinitely unless you are busy, in which case you can always let them know. But at the same time, know when to call it quits on a particular chain of conversation. It need not always be that you have the last word, and it need not be that a particular topic gets dragged on for eternity. When you stop at the right time, You keep the other person looking forward to hearing back from you the next day or the next time. Teasing and flirting. Believe it or not, you can make someone find you interesting and even like you just with the way you text. Keep the tone light and have fun whilst texting so that the words flow naturally. Lightly teasing someone you know well enough is a good way to elicit a smile. You can try this with someone you are trying to establish contact with and see if it can progress further. In the same way, be comfortable enough to poke fun at yourself as well. Be open to them teasing you and have a friendly laugh about it, or else you will come across as someone who can criticize others but cannot handle criticism yourself. Preempting what they are about to say is also a smart way to get someone's attention if you are witty. Give compliments or appreciate someone too from time to time. It makes them feel special and might gain you a few points in their mind. Allow them to talk about themselves and listen intently, showing your genuine interest in what they have to say. Try one more time. Despite your best efforts, you might never hear back from someone after one text message. After waiting for a day or two, it is okay to send a follow-up message. Sometimes amidst our busy lives a message might get overlooked unintentionally, and you might lose the opportunity to get to know someone just because of this inadvertent slip. Texting them again will bring you back into their consciousness, and you might have better success this time around. But do not try more than twice. The following are a few mistakes one should avoid while texting. Over-texting. Bombarding a person with many texts or texting someone too frequently is an overkill. You risk putting off that person completely. Whether you are someone trying to connect with a new person, or you are in a relationship with a person, be respectful of their space. You want a sense of mystery around you when someone is getting to know you or when you are getting to know them. This is a great differentiator and will set you apart from the crowd. When you are in a relationship, you do not want to give them the impression that their every move is being watched and analyzed. A healthy relationship will thrive if both people give each other mutual space and respect by not overpopulating their phone with incessant texts. This will make you seem needy and clingy, and the person you are dealing with might want to get rid of you in a hurry. Undue delay in texting back. One thing that can annoy anyone is when you do not get a response to your text, especially with WhatsApp and other messaging platforms where most often you know the person has read your message. It is okay if you are busy and do not have the time to respond in full. Just a one-liner saying, "busy at present, will text soon," is good enough, but make good on that promise and eventually get around to responding. The important point is to respond, even if your response is negative. There is a way to let down someone gently so that they can move on and are not hanging on indefinitely with false hope. If you look at it from the sender's perspective, leaving him, her hanging indefinitely might make them feel insecure. This might lead to them texting you multiple times or say something they did not mean in the heat of the moment that will put you off unnecessarily. You might lose out on a connection with a perfect person only because of a delayed response. It is also important to note that besides someone being busy, if they are constantly seeing your text but not responding or taking long to respond, it is suggestive that something is wrong, or the person might need space. You need to figure out what you are doing wrong and give them the space they need. Sending regretful text, pictures, and images. Always be careful what you send across to someone. Under the influence of alcohol, whilst feeling an extreme emotion, or during a meltdown, you might send a text, an image, or a video of yourself most often, that you might live to regret later. Once it has gone to them, then you lose the power over what they can do with it. Do not let something done in an emotional state come back to haunt you. Technology can be our best friend and our worst enemy. Similar standards. If you are always prompt at responding, do not expect that everyone will be. People are different and have different priorities and pressures in their life. Give someone a fair amount of time to get back. Do not text in the interim and appear needy, clingy, and pushy. It is easy to freak out and imagine all kinds of scenarios on why the person is not texting back. The reason might be simple. They are probably busy or are having a bad day. Every one of us has one of those days. If you persist on being a pain, they might then cease to text back or in worst case scenario even block you. Interrogator. Avoid asking too many questions as it comes across as being needy and insecure. Text statements instead that portray a level of confidence. When someone responds to your texts, it shows a level of emotional investment in wanting to make a connection. Do not ruin this by being an interrogator. We cannot always avoid questions but know to use them judiciously. In conclusion, texting can be a great way to make a connection. You can use it to make someone feel attracted to you or use it to connect with someone. If you learn how to use it responsibly, it can be your best friend. Imagine someone on the other end just waiting for their phone to ring, anticipating that the text they got is from you. When this happens, you have attracted them enough. Onward bound to a fruitful relationship or liaison. Thanks for watching this video, and if you do not want to miss any other videos like this, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you get notified when new videos get released. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest at Confidenceiatry.